Greetings everyone. Listen, this is why I like doing still videos with just photographs, because I can't be bothered with none of this setup business. It's so annoying. Anyway, I asked for 100 likes and I got over 200 likes. So that is a very clear message that you want me to come and speak. So I'm not fasting into people's business. I'm just delivering or giving the people what they want. I've been doing YouTube this November 11 years and I never made it into a capital gains. And if I do so now, it's about time. Okay? All right. Now, before I get into the video today, I want to love the foolishness, and I'm here for it. So I'm going to give you what I'm wearing, and I'm gonna have to take another picture so you can see the full thing, because it took me forever to set up this camera and I just don't want to be bothered with it anymore. Anyway, ear hat from Temu, scarf, head scarf from Winners, and this scarf, I don't remember where I got it. I've had it for a while and I'm wearing it here because this is what the dress looks like. But you know me, I'm not going to spend 10 minutes with people looking at my cleavage, so I have to cover up. And my jacket is from Danier, and my purse from Aldo's, best place to get purses. And my shoes is from DMG, I think the shoes place is, and it's a Croc. I love these Crocs. Sorry, I don't like the other ones. All right, so yeah. Someone asked me if I was going through a midlife crisis. Oh, if you want to call it that, that's okay. But I went through a storm and the Holy Spirit asked me to do some things and I obeyed. And so when I was done with the test, Spirit comes back to me and say, what do you want? And I say, restore my beauty. And so here I am. Here I am. Here I am. Ooh. Ooh. Now, you see, all of this, if you don't know yourself and know who God is, can be removed just like that. And for a lot of people, this is what you use to determine if you like somebody. Looks. Now, it's hard not to see with the eyes when you see something lovely. But beauty is really within. But most people don't look at what's coming out of your mouth and how you live your life. That counts for nothing. They look at your bank account and they look at your appearance. And everybody and anybody can look beautiful, okay? Because you can see some transformation with makeup. Now, all I'm wearing this morning is some light foundation, a lip liner and some gloss. That's it. And some mascara. You know, so anyone can alter their appearance. Someone met me not too long ago and she says, oh wow, you look better in person. So okay, I take that as a compliment. So what I'm here to talk about today is Boo is back. Sit down, talk. OMG. Now, when I was listening to his video, Spirit always talks to me and say something in a song or a whisper or just a wind. See, this beat always finds me. Yes. And so while I'm listening to him, I hear the song from Adele, Hello, and I'm going to pin it in the video. Hello, calling from the other side. Oh, I must have called you 1,000 times to tell you I'm sorry. OMG. I think Alicia Kim should be sending him that song. No, this video is not about Alicia. It's about her ex-husband. And there's so much to unpack. So this one video will not do it. There's so much to unpack in that time when he sat down. And the first thing I'm going to say, I kept saying to Alicia, stop poking the bear. I made a video reaching out to the family to say, don't be so crude. Don't be so crass. Don't be so careless with the way you're out here celebrating. We're not saying you can't celebrate, but be very mindful. So when I see clippings in that video with him being in the hospital, I want to talk about that too. So we all know that Boo was sick before he met Alicia Kim. He had gone through a bout of cancer, and thank goodness it's in remission. And so he's had history. But what I want you to understand, when the body understands that type of trauma, it will never ever be the same. And so things like stressors will really cause havoc on the body. So I don't know his medical history or the reason why he was in the hospital, but I can understand that stress could bring him there. And what type of stress was he under? Let me tell you something. When you're a man, and a man who might have had a past where he was aggressive or showed aggression, and then to suddenly find yourself in a position where you say, if I do something out of character, I could lose my freedom. At 72 years old, you don't want to lose your freedom. So imagine someone who would probably respond in an aggressive way, having, as a big man, remember, see, a lot of older men love to marry younger girls, but at the same time, they can't lose the fact that they're grown, and they will always try to play that father role and that father figure. A lot of young girls that go with older men, sugar daddies, they say, this is my husband, I want to be treated as a husband, I want to treat him as a husband, but they often treat him as they treat their father. Some girls are very disrespectful to their father, to be honest with you. And when they're with these older men, especially if they're with the older man for the wrong reason, based on what Boo is saying, from my understanding or the interpretation of his video, is that Alicia did everything in her power to push him over the edge so she can have a good excuse or justification for leaving him. Now, if you are a woman and you're in a relationship, you really need no justification to leave if you want to leave. Your freedom, your right. You understand? You don't have to play these games. And this is why some women end up in some tragic situation, because they play too much games. I'm sorry. For a big man to sit there and watch his wife, his young bride, pack her suitcase and leave and go off wherever and have no control over that situation, I can just imagine the heat and the rage that would build up in that person. That's what made him sick more than anything else. It's not just the fact that she was throwing him to the cleaners, it's the fact that he had to hold that rage. And that rage is destructive. You see, when you're angry, you've got to find something to do with that rage. And you can use it into a creative way. But you have it sitting there. Trust me, not a good look. Now, when he said that, the reason why he filed for divorce the first time was because of the disrespect. And that even when they went on cruises, the disrespect was there. Let me tell you something. Sometimes I see things and I hold my tongue. Because listen, people will think you're just doing this for the wrong reason. When you want to put the message out there and warn individuals. I saw them on that cruise. And when I saw Boo in the room packing, and Elisa was at a nightclub, I'm saying, no fin way. If me and my man went somewhere, I don't care how bad we are living, and we go on a cruise together that my man paid for, I'm going to tell you, I could be at a nightclub and he's in the room packing, it would be over. I really don't know him to be a violent person, but trust me, we can't push people too much. And sometimes as women, we push men too far, and men do it to us too. Utter and sheer disrespect, and your mama did not teach you anything good. Because if I was your mother, I would lay it on you. And now you're going to say, how do you know she didn't lay it on her? She didn't. She didn't. But I also want to say something. As Boo said, that the mother is in on it. Absolutely. The mom would have to be on it. Hey, Jamaican women are very strong. You see, if a mom don't like your partner, she's gonna let you know she don't like your partner. She's not gonna support it. She's not gonna be happy about it. Okay? And if she loves you, she's not gonna come on social media to talk about that fact. But based on what Boo said, mom used to pick up the phone and ask him for money to get her medication. Her head is hurting, blah blah blah. And this is why I posted that some people in Jamaica are parasites. As soon as they see their family member get involved with someone who's overseas, they have no shame. They will come up begging and doing the most. And they don't know that sometimes people end their relationship with their family members because of that. You understand? Because some people have been taken before, been used and abused. And when they see that in your family, they don't want to be a part of it. Because they're thinking to themselves, this is just the beginning. Right? Too much is going to be expected of me. I don't need this. This is why I've heard people say they don't date people in Jamaica that are from poor family. Because let me explain something to you also, guys. A lot of this is historical, you know. A lot of this is trauma. Now, the whole idea that you are coming out, the same crab in the barrel mentality. So you know, when you feel like you get together with somebody from overseas and you know a better life is coming for you, and your family start asking for this and asking for that and start dragging you down, it's the crab in the barrel mentality. Because if you are a mother and you start doing that to a potential partner, if that man has any sense or that woman has any sense, she run. But at the time, Boo saw Alicia as a prize. And so he was willing, he was prepared to do the most, including looking after the mama. Okay? And the big, hey, don't be disrespectful, Jenny, because you're looking all cute and everything. Huh? And you see these wigs? Even though this is like synthetic, they carry spirit with them, you know, and they will make you behave bad. All right? Okay. So, I said I wasn't going to touch that one. So as Boo sat there is no pretense. You see, when she came out and she was sharing her story and it was so believable, and when she cried, I cried too. But there's something in the way this man, who is a Arnold, so as a nigger, as my friend next door would call him, when this big man sit there and you can tell that if you say boo, he will start crying. You can't ignore that. I'm going to say that this is not a first time. It's not a rare situation where a woman gets involved with a man, gets her opportunity, and move on. If you think that is rare, go over to Mix Up Boss and see all the people who come. And obviously, people are not listening and they're not learning. All the people who get involved with people from Jamaica, male or female, and see how dirty some of these individuals do them. So, if what Boo is saying is true about Alicia, it's nothing new. And for a long time, I said it was a sugar daddy situation. Any blind person could see that. And here it is. 3 years later, after I made that video, he's confirming everything that I thought. There were times when I thought that she was perhaps paying for the cruise or going half and half cruise, and I'm thinking she's going half and half. But it makes sense. I do believe Boo when he said he was paying for all of it. What does he have to gain for lying about that? But Boo, you have to understand, there are people who are givers and those who are takers. And the happy balance is those who have the ability to give and take. For me, I was a giver for many years and I had a difficult time taking. Okay? And I'm slowly learning how to give and take. But I will never be a taker, ever. It's not within my spirit. But Alicia had no conscience, or what looked like so much respect, because I said it, she showed so much respect. She was so demure, she was so humble, so sweet. And I'm not going to say that she doesn't possess those qualities overall, but I'm saying some of what we saw on the camera was for the camera. Okay? She's having a baby. She has no business listening to these videos. So I don't want nobody coming here and tell me about she's having a baby. Listen, there are women who are pregnant and they're going through all kinds of torment, and they got to pull up their big panties and keep stepping and moving. She's no more delicate than anybody else. The only reason why you fail to see her as any regular character is because she's cute. And you like her. And I like her. You can't tell me I don't like her. I will watch her videos. Anytime I stop watching the video is when she come out and continue to be disrespectful. I shouldn't say continue to be disrespectful, but becoming more disrespectful. What I do is I look you sleep and mark dead. I look at how you deal with the people who you're closest to determine who you are. And I'm telling you, there are some people who could never be paid to take out a pump and humiliate a man the way she did in that prank. I will never forget that. Okay? And that was a sign to you, boo, that if you think this young lady was going to protect you, you were being very foolish. And this is why I say to you, who brought you to America? Who did you violate? Because if you think that karma is something that is going to just affect her, you better know that it affected you, or it's affecting you right now. So this is why I tell you, go back, retrace your steps. The Holy Spirit will allow these things to happen to us so we can correct our behavior. We can go back to our past and make amends with individuals. So I'm not here to beat her and just drag her. I'm saying you still have to take responsibility for the choices that we make. What are the learning lessons in all of these ordeals that we go through? I felt great empathy for him. I was sympathizing with him when I heard him tell his story, because it cannot be an easy thing to sit there and say that a young girl, do you like that? And he has taken it personal, because I don't know about the love thing. I can't attest to his love, because I know that Kim had nothing to do with love. I don't care how you come over here and scream and yell your name off. It had nothing to do with love on both ends. He liked her. He saw her as a trophy bride. I won this beautiful young bride. And it clouded his judgment. It allowed him to make a decision without thinking about the outcome. Because at some point, if he really feels that she used him, he should have thought from the beginning, what is this about? And what if it is not what I think it is about? Were you prepared for it mentally? He clearly was not prepared mentally. Now, I think the biggest pain that Boo is going through now is that after he ran, she still got to stay in America. He ran because he thought that, you know, whatever power I have to get back to this girl for what she's done to me, I'm going to show her, go back. Now, when you got these people, family members and, you know, strangers alike saying, oh, she could have come to America. Why didn't she? She came to America because he brought her. Boo was a vehicle through which God chose to bring her to America. For this day, for this time, there's nothing that is a coincidence on this land. Okay? So for this time, this pain and this agony that this man is going through, you know, there's a purpose for it. And healing will come. I'm going to also say this though before I end the video. What I hear from Boo is rage, suppressed. He's generally a man who knows how to be calm. But that's not his true character, to just be calm and have people run over him. He's not that type of person. So to find himself hurting, and I really appreciate him maintaining his composure. But this thing could still go left. To the mama, you come to America, oh, I'm so happy to be in America. Oh, I wanted to come here a long time. And the big Self-control, Jenny. Whenever, let me tell you how I know that what Boo is saying is the truth. If you want to know when people are innocent, listen to the way they speak in their defense. The brother comes out and justify whatever by saying she could have gone to America. This is the sign of ungrateful, dirty Negroes. These are the ones who use you and then take off or go walk into some mud and wipe their foot on you. That's how you know. Anytime you get involved with people from Jamaica or anywhere else in the world for that matter, and after you build them up and you pump them up and you hype them up. Hype up this video, guys. There's a thing that says hype. I don't know what it is, what it does, but hype this one. When you hype them up, you scrape them out and you wash them off and you clean them up. The first thing they tell you is, you ain't never done nothing for me, or they tell you, I did not need you. Dirty, ungrateful, so and so. Boo. You see that thing I told you before? I said that thing that you're entertaining, that thing that you think of. Let me tell you, this is the Holy Spirit speaking to you. Do not do it. Do not hold it. Do not entertain it. Talk. Keep talking. Because sometimes when we're hurt and we're angry, when we talk. Anybody who will listen, we talk to them. Talk off the ears. Even when people say shut up now and stop, keep talking until that thing that is inside of you gets burnt out. And Miss Kim, with your new life, and hopefully you've delivered your baby safely, you need to make peace with Boo. You need to talk to him, because if you don't talk to him, people have the power, not just of the tongue, but you see the power we have within us. If you ever recognize that power, you move mountains. The scripture says that. And that energy that he's holding on to and trying to free himself, the poison that he talks about, if you don't make peace with him, his prayers and his tears, because you're guilty of some things, will fall upon you. Kim Muma, I made a video a while back and I said, Kim, where's Kim Muma? I didn't know where, I never intended to say that, it just flow out. But over the years I learned whenever the thing fly out, that spirit saying don't mask anything, just say it as it is. Kim Muma, if you know what's good for you and you want the blessings to continue to flow, you better call Boo and make peace with him. Because what you all did to him was wrong. It was foolish to have gotten involved with your daughter, but you guys had no problem enticing him and encouraging him and using him. And that is not right. And to do all of that, everybody needs opportunities. Listen, guys, from the days of slavery, our people knew how to play the fool, how to put on an appearance to get what they wanted. Otherwise, it was pure suffering. And we continue to see that in our community. We continue to see this in our people in Jamaica. They're sweet. Let me tell this story before I finish. There's one female that I trusted. I couldn't trust nobody with my money. Send my money to build a house. My daddy robbed me. Yes, ripped me off. And when I complained to people, they on the surface, they seemed to empathize with me. But they were just wicked. They were waiting to do even worse. And so this particular woman, I trusted her with everything. And she was someone that was making my heart heal, because I could talk to her about how I felt about how they ripped me off. And so I started trusting her. And she told me a lie. I asked her to do something, sent her some funds, and she looked me straight in the eye and tell me she did it with explanation. And then it didn't sit well with my spirit. I was being haunted by the spirit saying, no, that's not true. And when I went to someone to say, ask her, and he said, why do you think she didn't do it? I said, I don't know. I didn't want to say the spirit, because not everybody understands that. I said, I just don't believe that she took my father to the doctor, and she said she did. And when he called and spoke to her, he captured it in an audio and gave it to me. And I literally felt my heart to the floor. I haven't spoken to her about it yet. And it's not that I haven't forgiven her, but I was so hurt that you dare not trust your own. You cannot trust anybody, because guess what? As I was saying, people are in that state of mind now. It's like dog eat dog, and I will do whatever I have to do to survive this. And there's no judgment from my part to say, oh, you shouldn't be this way. I'm just saying, when you are grabbing everything all at once because of that scarcity mindset, even those who do more for you, you violate them. I'm not saying that Boo was perfect, and I'm not saying that Alicia should stay or shouldn't stay, because it was inevitable. If it happened, it was inevitable. But I'm saying, based on his story so far, I do believe a lot of what he says, but I'm more concerned about one thing: is mental health. His physical health is declining, and if truth be told, even if he passes and it was not her fault, the whole world will continue to say, you are part of destroying this man. It's hard to do good things with people with the best of intention, and to have them throw mud or dirty water in your face. I think the embarrassment and the shame alone, and she humiliated him on social media, telling the world that his pengeling doesn't work, telling the whole world that he has no money and he was catching with his sister, showing the whole world when she goes out, on a cruise with him, she don't give two ish about him. It's not very nice. And now people are saying he was in the hospital. I don't know if that's true. I don't have time for touching allegations, but he never goes to him. I don't know. It could have been that time. He could have been in the hospital when she and him already broke up. So I'm not gonna touch that. I'm not gonna, make no allegations as far as that is concerned. But I couldn't believe that if she knew her boo was sick and distressed, that she would just abandon him that way. And he left her household based on his explanation. She went about her business, and he called himself a poodle. That's not nice. Hey, sometimes women, you go too far and you poke the elephant and you present this image of yourself as naive and innocent. Meantime, you get to see the person who's yelling and screaming. Have you ever heard people fighting, and you hear the woman on top of her voice or the man on top of his voice, and the other sneaky devil that is in that relationship is whispering things under their breath and provoking that person, and you don't get to see that. All you get to see is the one who's yelling. Sometimes I trust people who yell more. You get to see their truth more than the ones who know how to mask it. I'm going to end it here. Yes, guys, because I'm feeling myself, and I'm going to come back with another perspective. This thing can't done. It don't seem like it's going to end anytime soon. Hello from the other side. I'm sorry, Boo. I'm very sorry that things didn't work out between you and Alicia Kim. I'm very sorry that you're hurting. I'm very sorry to know that you feel violated. I'm very sorry that I judged you too based on what we heard. I'm very sorry. I know you're not perfect, but I think you at least deserve some gratitude. And to see the mama and the brother coming out and celebrating the next man breeding your beautiful love, it can't feel good. But it is what it is. And I pray for your strength. Stay blessed, everyone. So I was outside and I couldn't get to show you the outfit properly, so I want to do it inside.